Our team coverage of the frigid, cold temperatures continues right now at 4:30. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland is joining us live. He is in New Haven with the latest details for us. And I'm going to start with, I'm sure it's pretty darn cold, right, Matt?
And you would be right, Mark, and the overnight emergency center here in New Haven is going to open up in about a half hour, and some folks are actually already lining up down below, getting ready to step into this basement waiting room. But the issue is that it's not open during the day. So where do folks go, especially when it's this cold out, dangerously cold out sometimes? Well, fortunately, there are some places here in New Haven that are open to help keep people safe. Now, throughout New Haven, there are a handful of drop-in centers offered up by churches, nonprofits, local ministries, where people can go to get out of these dangerously cold conditions. We're talking about freezing temperatures and bone-chilling winds. In neighboring Hamden, there's also a 24-hour emergency warming shelter as well. Now, for the most vulnerable, the homeless, these are key because with the pandemic, spots in the city that are typically open and offer some refuge from the cold, like, City Hall where you can drop in for a little bit, the public library where you can hang out, those are no longer options. And because of that, these warming centers have been pretty busy, and they expect to stay that way through the weekend.
During the pandemic, we're, restricted to a certain number of people. But now, by the weather being bad, it definitely has put a strain on because we really don't like to turn people away.
Now, coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 5:30, you're going to hear from a man who was using one of the drop-in centers earlier today and said he's actually going to be here at the overnight warming center and why he's thankful that these options exist. We're going to hear from him tonight at 5:30. We're live with the mobile newsroom in New Haven. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.